Hello everyone and welcome back to the Good Life Club, your ultimate source for expert advice on personal finance. In today's video, we've got a financial strategy that could change the way you manage your money forever. You won't want to miss out on this one because it's all about the smartest way to handle your hard-earned cash. Plus, stick around to the end and we'll share some valuable tips on how to make the 50-30-20 budgeting method work best for you. So let's dive in. For more contents like this, please leave a thumbs up and join the club for more tips and tricks on empowering the best in you. Today, we're going to break down the 50-30-20 budgeting rule step by step, making it as simple and comprehensive as possible. But before we delve into the details, let's take a closer look at the pros and cons of this widely acclaimed budgeting method. Pros of the 50-30-20 budgeting method. Number 1. It's simple. The benefit of the 50-30-20 budgeting method is that it's simple. Budgeting can seem hard and complicated. Instead, you only have 3 spending categories to worry about. You allocate your income to those 3 categories and then make sure you're on track. Number 2. You learn where your money goes each month. A whopping 86% of us don't know where our money goes each month. If you're in that 86%, you're in good company. The 50-30-20 budget method will help you learn where your money actually goes each month. Number 3. It doesn't feel like a diet. The word budget sounds like a diet, and most of us recoil when diets are mentioned. Instead, the 50-30-20 budget gives you permission to spend 30% of your income on whatever you want. That's right, you get fun money, which might make it easier to stick to the budget long term. Number 4. It pushes you to reduce your fixed costs. The 50-30-20 budget prescribes 50% of the budget for needs. Many households spend way more than this on their rent, mortgage, and power bills. The 50% cap can push you to reduce your fixed costs like power bills and negotiate a better deal. Number 5. You don't need to monitor every single purchase. Most people think a budget equals Excel spreadsheets and monitoring your bank account every day. The 50-30-20 budget instead allocates 3 buckets to your spending. You allocate money to those 3 buckets and you're away. No Excel spreadsheet required. Cons of the 50-30-20 budgeting method. Number 1. It doesn't take into account your circumstances. The 50-30-20 budget dedicates 50% of your budget to fixed needs. However, you might need to spend more than this on bills if you're in financial difficulty or if you're on a low income, including students who could be on a low income but high rent costs. Number 2. It doesn't prioritize debt repayment. If you're managing debt, you'll likely want to pay it off as soon as you're able to. The 50-30-20 budget puts a restriction on how quickly you can do this. Under this budget method, only 50% of your money can go towards fixed essential costs, including debt repayment. You may want to vary this if it's important to you. Number 3. It can be difficult to determine the difference between needs and wants. For some of your expenses, it can be difficult to determine whether it's a need or want. For example, your Netflix subscription is a fixed cost you must pay for if you've used it that month, but it's also not an essential ongoing expense. Determine what these spending categories mean to you and be consistent in your approach. Number 4. It allocates too much of your money to stuff you don't need. Setting aside 30% of your income for things you don't need is a lot of money. If you earn $1,000 a month, that's $300 going towards things you don't need. You may want to look at those percentages and consider what the right mix of spending versus saving is right for you. Number 5. It only expects you to save 20% of your income. Saving 20% of what you earn is a great achievement. Many people can't save 10% of their income, so if you save 20%, you're doing well. But you could save more than 20%. There's a whole community around financial independence that focuses on saving more of your income. Now that we've explored the pros and cons, let's continue our journey into the 50-30-20 budgeting method. Step 1. Calculate your after-tax income. Before you can begin budgeting with the 50-30-20 method, you need to know how much money you're working with. Start by calculating your after-tax income. This is the amount of money you have left in your bank account after taxes, Social Security, and other deductions have been taken out. It's crucial to use this net income figure because it reflects the money you have available to manage your expenses and savings. Step 2. Needs, 50% of your income. The first category in the 50-30-20 budgeting rule is needs. This should consume 50% of your after-tax income. Needs are essential expenses that you cannot do without. Here's a breakdown of common expenses that fall into this category. Housing costs. This includes your rent or mortgage payment. Groceries, the money you spend to feed yourself and your family. Utilities, bills like electricity, water, and gas that keep your home running. Transportation, expenses related to your car such as fuel, insurance, and maintenance. Health insurance, protection for your well-being. Minimum debt payments. These are the required payments on loans or credit cards. The key here is to ensure that your needs category covers your essential living expenses. It's what keeps the lights on and a roof over your head. Step 3. Wants, 30% of your income. The next slice of the budgeting pie is wants, which should account for 30% of your after-tax income. Wants are those expenses that make life more enjoyable and convenient but aren't necessary for survival. Here are some examples of expenses that fall into this category: dining out, enjoying meals at restaurants, entertainment, movie nights, concert tickets, and leisure activities, shopping, purchases that are non-essential such as clothing or gadgets, hobbies, expenses related to your interests and pastimes. Remember, this category is about improving your quality of life, so prioritize your discretionary spending here. Step 4. Savings, 20% of your income. The final portion of your budget, comprising 20% of your after-tax income, is savings. This is where you secure your financial future and build a safety net for unexpected expenses. Here's what you can do within this category. Emergency fund. Start by building an emergency fund to cover at least 3 to 6 months of your essential expenses. It acts as a financial cushion for unexpected situations. Extra debt payments. If you have debts beyond your minimum payments, consider allocating part of your 20% to accelerate your debt payoff. Paying down high-interest debts like credit card balances can save you money in the long run. Investing for the future. Think about long-term goals, such as saving for retirement. Investing wisely can help your money grow over time. Step 5. Flexibility for debt repayment. If you have significant debt and you want to pay it off faster, this budgeting method offers flexibility. While minimum debt payments are included in the needs category, because they are essential, you can use the 20% savings category to make extra debt payments. For example, you might decide to allocate 10% of your 20% savings for accelerated debt repayment once you have established your emergency fund. Budgeting doesn't need to be overwhelming or complicated. The 50-30-20 method offers a simple yet powerful framework to keep your finances on track. By following these 5 steps, you can set up a budget that aligns with your financial goals and priorities. But remember, every person's financial situation is unique. The 50-30-20 rule is a guideline, and you should adjust it to fit your specific circumstances. For instance, if you have high living costs in a pricey city, you might find that more than 50% of your income goes to needs. The key is to maintain balance while addressing your financial needs and aspirations. Thank you for joining us today at the Good Life Club. We're committed to empowering you with financial wisdom so you can make informed choices and enjoy a brighter financial future. Stay tuned for more educational content, and remember, your financial well-being is just one budget away. Start today and you'll be well on your way to achieving your financial goals and living the good life you deserve. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and join the Good Life Club. We are here to provide you with expert guidance on personal finance topics so you can live your best life.